How's it going, everybody? I should have wore a hat for this. Rocking the Walton Goggins receding hairline look. This episode not sponsored by Nutrafol, although I wish it was. So the Yankees just completed a homestand, and they finished it off by taking 2 out of 3 from the San Diego Padres. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody expected us to win all 3 games, but the Yankees really could have won all 3 games if not for the meltdown in the bullpen on Friday night. But we've seen some really good pitching from the starting rotation. Carlos Rodon has been tremendous, and Michael Kay said the other day that he's turned the corner. And as a certified doubter of Carlos Rodon, I have to say, maybe he has. He's had stretches like this before. Last year he had a couple of really good stretches, but in the middle was a really bad and extremely extended stretch of poor pitching. But he turned it around, and he was okay in the playoffs. He wasn't great. He had some good outings. He had some clunkers, some strikes, and some gutters, as the Big Lebowski would say. But overall, can't complain about what Carlos Rodon has done lately. Max Fried, again yesterday, was tremendous. I hope that my neighbor cutting his grass isn't too loud. I felt like getting out today. I've been working, doing video editing all day, all morning. I'm working on a podcast for the guys who do Bronx Buds. I'm sure you're familiar with that if you have the Gotham app or if you've seen any Yankees games, because it's in the commercials all the time. Bronx Buds is an animated series, and the 2 folks who run that, who created that, have another podcast coming out called Established in the 90s, and I've been working on that all day. But my mind is always kind of on baseball a little bit. Max Fried was tremendous. Clark Schmidt, I thought, was really solid. You know, as far as the bullpen goes, you know, Hamilton had hiccups. Mark Leiter had hiccups on this homestand. Devin Williams obviously has had his problems, but he, you know, got a big out last night, and he got the W, and maybe that turns things around for him. You hope so. You hope so. I mean, he still loaded the bases. I get that there was already 1 person on base, but he did walk a batter and hit a batter, so it wasn't like he threw a dominating, you know, immaculate inning. I mean, he got the job done. We won. We'll put the pitchforks away today. But as far as the pitching goes, you know, we're getting Luis Gil back at some point this summer. We're getting Jonathan Loaisiga back, hopefully later this month. Without any other major losses to the staff, I feel like the Yankees have good enough pitching to win the American League East. I still would like to see them go out and get somebody. You know, my personal preference is Pablo Lopez. I know a lot of people want Sandy Alcantara, or Alcantara, however you say it. He's got an ERA of almost 9 right now. Now, maybe you would be buying low, but guys don't always come back from Tommy John in spectacular fashion, and he might just be one of those guys who, you know, struggles upon his return. Maybe he puts it back together next year. But not everybody recovers right away. We talked about Kerry Wood yesterday. It took him years after his elbow surgery to really get back to full speed. Steven Strasburg had a little bit of an adjustment period. Now, granted, part of that was the Nationals kind of treating him with kid gloves. But what really concerns me is the bottom of the order. We're not getting anything right now out of second base. I mean, Vivas has had some walks. He's had like 1 base hit. You know, we've got DJ LeMahieu coming back, and if we're looking at DJ LeMahieu to be the savior, I got some news for you. He's still old, and he's still got bum legs and bum feet. I don't care what he's doing against AA pitchers or AAA pitchers. You know, third base has been an issue. Oswaldo Cabrera's hit okay, but not really enough power for a corner infielder. He's had some okay moments defensively, but he's also thrown some balls away. Peraza, I know everybody keeps saying, oh, he's never gotten a shot, he's never gotten a shot. Well, every time I see him play, he goes 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. How many more shots do we need to give the guy? You know, at some point you have to capitalize on one of the opportunities before you get a shot. You have to create your shots. You know, Volpe has swung the bat a little bit better recently. We're seeing more line drives. We're seeing less loopy swings. That's led to less home runs, but I'm okay with that. I like line drives. I like guys who use their speed and, keep rallies going. We saw some good things from Dominguez. Obviously, the 2-hit game, the double from the right side. He also hit the ball hard from the right side a couple of times and was not rewarded with hits for it. Paul Goldschmidt continues to hit. He had a couple of home runs over the past couple of weeks. He hit one in Baltimore, then he hit one when the Yankees came back home. I would look for him to do some damage on the West Coast, especially in, I almost said Oakland. I almost did it, but in Sacramento. Aaron Judge tends to hit pretty well against the A's in general, and I know that he's hit some home runs off of J.P. Sears before, so I would look for him to do something in this series. But, I mean, it's a pretty safe bet to look for Aaron Judge to do something in pretty much every series, right? We're not breaking news here. But he had a tough day yesterday, 3 strikeouts, 0 for 4, dropped the ball in right field, but he's the least of our concerns. Trent Grisham, I mean, how do you explain Trent Grisham? How do you explain this guy? This is a guy for his career is about a .215 hitter, and all of a sudden he's hitting .300 with great power. He's on pace for like 40 home runs, and he's just clicked. I mean, something has clicked with this guy, and confidence is an amazing thing. Bellinger, the big home run yesterday on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball above the zone, he kind of tomahawked it, but I thought that the swings have been better. Beginning in Baltimore, a couple of hits, big home run. Ben Rice has kind of slowed down with the home runs a little bit, but he's still having good swings. Last night, he hit one that was just foul, that was almost a double. He had a couple of doubles the night before, so he's still hitting. And we've got Giancarlo Stanton coming back. Now, I was going to do a voicemail show today, but the voicemail quality that we got today was not great. A lot of stuff with radio in the background or car alarm or car alarms or beeping or whatever. But we did get one call that just wanted to know, what would we do with Giancarlo Stanton and Ben Rice in that whole situation? And my honest opinion is you got to platoon them. You got to play Ben Rice against righties, Giancarlo Stanton against lefties. And then you find some spots for righties with Stanton where you give Paul Goldschmidt a day off at first base and you play Ben Rice. Ben Rice is going to see his playing time impacted, for sure. Now, hopefully it doesn't hurt his numbers too much, but you don't want to take his bat out of the lineup right now. So that's kind of where we're at right now with the state of the team. I feel like there's an opportunity to take advantage of the A's, even though they've played pretty well. I think the Yankees are a better team. Unfortunately, the Yankees are sending out the back half of the bullpen or back half of the rotation here. To begin things, we're going to have Will Warren. I still am not a believer in Will Warren. I know all you guys love his stuff and his stuff plus. And, I just don't believe in it right now. I've got to see it. He's not aggressive enough. He doesn't throw enough strikes. He does miss bats, but that's only useful if you're getting ahead in the count, right? So that's where we're at right now as we head out west. I'm feeling pretty good. Yankees are in first place. We're not in panic mode, and we talk all the time about how to watch a baseball season, right? There are ups, there are downs. I know sometimes I get up and sometimes I get down. A lot of you get up and get down, but let's just maintain an even keel here, and I think the Yankees are going to be okay. The American League doesn't look too strong right now, and let's not forget, the trade deadline is a couple of months away. So over the next month or so, you're going to start to see rumors heat up. And let me know in the comments who you think the Yankees should go out and get. But Pablo Lopez is my guy. I would like to see them go out and get a bat for third base. Lombard, we've seen people talk about calling him up. He's still a ways away. I don't think we'll see him till next year. But we might see him tear up AA, and that'll be fun. Maybe get it to AAA at the end of the season. And next year have a shot in spring training to win a job. But right now, the Yankees have put themselves in a position as they head out west where if they just keep winning, they can maintain a lead in the American League East. And if you win the East and you get in, you got a shot. Anybody who gets into the dance has a chance. That's what they say. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it is what it is. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was rhyming those words. So this is my 10-minute Yankees riff, and we'll see you on Friday night Yankees are headed to Sacramento. I'm going to do a pregame show on Friday night, and then we're going to have postgame with Terrence, and we're going to talk state of the Yankees, and it'll be like after midnight, so I'll be pretty tired. But hopefully Terrence can carry the load a little bit, because it'll be like 9:45 for him out there. So I'm too old. That once you get past midnight for me, man, my mental acuity starts to go downhill fast. Not that I had a lot to begin with, but anyway, that's where we're at. Just wanted to check in with you guys on this beautiful day, sitting in the shade, getting a resting my eyes after a day of video editing. You can see the bags. And I'm going to try and tan my receding hairline. I'll see you soon.